Okay, so we're from the same developers that produced New Quay in the Docklands, MAB, the MAB
Oh,
group.
yes.
Yeah, so we're probably one of the best quality developers in Australia.
Very aware of who you are. So basically, this is the master land estate.
It is, yeah. So we're the biggest master plan community in Australia. Around about 9 years ago, we had the state premier here, and he announced that he thought we were the best quality master plan community in Australia. And since then, we've sold around about 3,500 lots. Our master plan community consists of a city centre as a centrepiece to the project, which you can see there in the middle. And in that city centre so far, we've started building and have opened a shopping centre. So that shopping centre consists of a Coles and 25 other shops, including medical.
When will that be finished? Because the shopping centre's there now.
Yeah, it's basically finished and open stage 1. Stage 2's hopefully going to come along this year. So construction will commence, we're thinking this year, which will see a doubling of the expansion and include a hotel group and another major supermarket. And then behind the shopping centre there, you can see the city square. We're expecting at some point in 5+ years to see universities, TAFEs, hospitals.
Oh, so it's going to be an educational hub.
Yeah, certainly will be.
Wow, that's excellent. So really, when you look at that as an educational hub, what I know about Melbourne as a city is people want their kids by the good schools.
They do, yeah. We've got 3 schools in Merrifield already. So we've got one public school for the primary school, one private school, Holy Cross, and the secondary college, and they're all open. And they're based around a $15 million sporting oval that we've built and constructed. Across the road, there's also another high school going in, a private high school, and there's a very renowned Hume Anglican grammar 4 minutes away. So we've got quite a lot of school and educational options. We've got a bus that runs into Merrifield and runs to another Hume Anglican grammar college further down the road.
Oh, right,
so
I can
campus.
see this down here.
Yep. And then we've got Donnybrook Station, 2 kilometres past the Hume Freeway.
I wanted to ask you, so from where we are right now, how long?
It's about 5.8k from the residential precinct where we're standing, or 2 kilometres from the outer boundary of Merrifield. And then in Merrifield, apart from the residential precinct, we also have a business park.
Yeah, I saw that on the way in.
It's the biggest business park in Victoria, or one of the biggest.
So is this a central area for those large trucks doing deliveries? Because it's GHL too, isn't it? So of course.
So that part of the estate's based on the Hume Freeway, and that is going to produce around about 25,000 potential jobs.
That's it, so it's an employment hub.
Yeah.
And you've built around that on purpose. So what came first?
Well, we started the residential precinct first, and then the business park. So the complete size of Merrifield is 5 times the size of the CBD. So there's a business park, there's a city centre in the middle of Merrifield, which eventually will be based upon a lake with some restaurants overlooking a beautiful park and a lake. And that park is 384 hectares.
We were talking initially when I walked in, Chris, how many SDA houses do you have currently in the estate that you know of?
We estimate about 4 out of 3,500.
That's pretty good. We love those stats. We love those. What are you selling right now? So
we have 2 precincts that we're selling. One of them is in Park Rise, and we've sold around about 3,500 homes into this precinct here.
Okay.
And you can see there's going to be a future town centre here. And to give you a little bit of an idea of what that may look like, we have that poster on the wall that says the pinnacle of family living.
Oh, okay. So this is the land. So the land that you're selling right now, this is coming.
Based around that.
How far out is that?
That could be around about 4 years out. Because we don't want to cannibalise this major shopping centre
Yeah,
here.
of course. You don't want to cut your nose off to spite your face.
Yeah, so we understand that Chadstone and High Point are probably one of the two of the biggest shopping centres in Melbourne, and I think third comes in at Fountain Gate, and we think will be around about the same size, maybe a little bit bigger than Fountain Gate.
Wow, so that's 5 years out from completion on having everything done?
Could be.
Yeah.
It's an estimate, of course, but I mean, if you see how quickly we've come in the last 5 years, if we were to make the same progress over the next 5 years, yeah, we'd be pretty well serviced. But
A lot of people don't realise this, and let me say this, and forgive me for interrupting, but a lot of people don't realise when they look at Mickleham and Merrifield up here, these people aren't driving to the city of Melbourne for work.
No.
Their work, their life, their infrastructure, everything they need is right here.
it is. There's quite a lot of employment here. We're not locked, as they say,
Yeah.
like some of the suburbs in the outer southeast that are 55k out, and there's not a lot of employment out there. We're 30k out from the CBD, and we have a lot of employment. But by Donnybrook Station, we're still well under an hour to get into the city.
Yeah.
And then we have the bus that runs in from Donnybrook all the way through to Craigieburn Station. So you have 2 stations as an option. And this Atkin Boulevard, which should be joining up through to fully established suburbs of Craigieburn in around about December, will add another route through to other employment and shopping opportunities.
Okay, so it's all happening.
It is all happening, yeah. I mean, we've sold quite quickly, and when you have a look at the land in this precinct here, walking distance from the 3 schools, and eventually, as I mentioned, there'll be some beautiful restaurants on the waterfront man-made lake here, and that's a 384 hectare park. If you look at Albert Park, that's 215 hectares. So that'll be a lovely little restaurant precinct there, and we'll see quite a lot of the employment precinct going in there for lunch and in stimulating that sort of restaurant economy there, and also, you know, 3,500 to 5,000 residents going in and having dinner there, perhaps on a Saturday night or
It's
a Friday
a really lovely way to resolve a master plan estate because you've actually thought of everything. Even the water's fantastic.
Yeah.
If we were to look at land in this particular area, which is what we're here to discuss today, any blocks that you think are going to be able to service the needs of this particular client?
Yeah, so most of our blocks are flat, which is
Great.
a big consideration. Because when you're driving in the driveway, you don't want to be on a steep incline.
No.
And they're decent sized blocks. So we've sold to around about 80% owner-occupier market in
Great,
Merrifield.
that's good.
And around about 19 or 20% are investors. So we've always had pretty strong rental returns. I own a property here, and my property achieves very, very good rent.
Great.
Because mainly we haven't oversupplied the area with rentals. In fact, apart from mum and dad investors, we've knocked back large companies looking to buy in and buy 80 or 100 properties in one hit to
I love that.
invest on.
Thank you, Chris.
That's okay.
Thank you for going through that with us. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, hit it, Chris.
Yeah. Okay, so Merrifield's positioned, as I mentioned, around about 30k north of the CBD. The closest hospital is the Northern Hospital, which is probably around about a 10-minute drive by car, if that, maybe less. We also have, or have heard of, a proposed hospital coming into Craigieburn, which will be around about 6 minutes once Atkin Boulevard's connecting. And there's quite a lot of medical facilities in Craigieburn already. So it's a fully established suburb.
Yeah, that's cooked, isn't it? It's already
built.
done. Yeah.
So you can see this road's being created as we speak now. It's halfway completed, and once that joins through, I think that distance to there is about 1.5 kilometres. So we're about 1.5k from the fully established suburbs of Craigieburn, which is a major hub.
Yeah. So for other things like movies and things like that, and our family outings, people are actually going to go into Craigieburn, aren't they?
Eventually, we'll have more than Craigieburn in our city centre.
Yeah.
But for the time being, they have a fully established mall with movies. They have medical facilities.
God, Kakalo.
Yeah. This side of
these
Donnybrook
areas really
Road is probably more so a 30-year project. And I mean, the Hume Freeway is quite a large corridor boundary. And I think that this area here probably needs quite a lot more infrastructure to get going before it'll be anything like Merrifield. For example, Donnybrook Road on our side has been duplicated, and it's a very nice road. This side of Donnybrook Road, still the old country road that used to be there from many years ago. So as far as a developed community goes, Merrifield's certainly far more developed than this side of the
Yeah, I can see it.
And you can see around that whole
It's
area,
just land.
quite empty.
It's just land.
Yeah.
And this is a master land estate.
It's a master planned community.
Yeah,
for sure.
which is just, that's what we want. We
There's
can't just whack our clients into the middle of nowhere and hope that they're going to do well, because it doesn't work like that. There's too much inside of this. It's important.
That's right, and you can see that we're fairly well serviced.
Yeah, you're already you're joining up with Craigieburn. Okay.
And Mickleham Road's a large corridor that or roadway that we use to get into Tullamarine.
Yeah, because Tullamarine's a major employer too.
It is, yeah.
Show me where the train station is from here.
So there's one train station at Donnybrook, which is 2 kilometres past our business park.
Okay,
You can see here.
great.
That's, at some point in the future will be upgraded to a much busier station.
Is it like a V line?
It is at the moment, but
Okay.
it will be metro in the future. And then we have Craigieburn Station, which is but a very major station, and is currently running trains into the city pretty
regularly.
So
Okay, great. Perfect. Thanks, Chris.
268.
Yeah.
It's quite a good quality block because it's flat.
Yeah.
It's been built around, so it's fully established in there at the moment. It's only 5 or 10 doors down from a future shopping precinct. It's 1 block away from this sporting oval precinct.
Yeah.
And if you have a look, it's quite easy to enter in and out of the estate from that location. You can enter via Errol Boulevard
jammed.
or St George's Boulevard.
And all the buses in that are working?
All the buses are currently up and running, so yeah, that's very, very close to bus stop. If he wants to go into the train station or into the Craigieburn shopping precinct.
So where am
And
I now?
So we're located here on the corner of Rosehill Boulevard.
So how do I drive there?
So all you'd have to do is go up Rosehill Boulevard, turn down Monomeath Drive, left at Monomeath Drive, and then as soon as you get to the sporting ovals, and just as you're about to pass the sporting ovals, you turn right at a roundabout.
And
So
it's which lot in
it's
there?
the very first block in the street.
Oh, okay. It's a corner.
No, it's not. Sorry, there's one corner block, and it's the next one from the corner block.
Great. Okay, we'll go. I'm in Merrifield, so I'm just leaving the sales display, land sales display. There's some pretty big, beautiful houses in here. Although I've got to say, this is a display. I'm going to keep going down. There's a lot of land over there. There's a lot of land, and there's a lot of construction. There's still a lot of work to be done out here. I would say in 4 or 5 years, incredible. Although, I mean, look at these houses. These are $1 million homes. Just gonna go down here and see if I can find the land that the sales agent was talking about. Always good to do a drive around, checking what's been built. Beautiful home. I'm actually looking for the oval. I know that there's some land out near one of the ovals. Gosh. Just really beautiful homes, like double story. Like I can understand that this is it's a master land estate, so really it's going to be all encompassing. Still going down, still looking. Good sized road, lots of street lighting. Oh, here's one of the schools. I'm just going to take a right here. Okay, so here's the ovals. Community centre there. Okay, so there is a block of land up here that I'm looking at. Great park. So that's good. Townhouses along the park, that's great. Okay. So I think it is just past the oval. There's a football park, football field, there's the townhouses, Metricon in here. Okay, so Chris said just past. I'm gonna go Maystone. Okay, so this is the land lot here that he was talking about. Okay. Well, they would so need to get that dumping sorted out, but that's it there. Lots of land, look at that, lots of land. I am just driving into the Merrifield shopping centre. Oh yeah, it's got everything. Okay, Kebab House, Coles, which we love, Warehouse Chemist. It's got Honka, don't know what that is, but it sounds interesting. So this is good. Looks like a participant could move in here, Subway sandwich, get a bottle of milk. There's a liquor land, so a bottle of wine and a takeaway, which is fantastic.